Now, I really thought we were through with this for a while. Okay, I think if I just put a tiny little bit on that pulley, I'll put the macro lens on. Okay, I can kind of see where it broke off there. Oh, I got a hair on there. You know what? I think I'm going to have to burn that off. Okay, we're back. I'm just going to put a little bit right there. Now, before that cures, try and get a hold of the end down here. And just see if I can get the end to just stick in there. Doesn't want to stay. No. Come on. Oh, it's all crooked. Oh, if I shorten it, then I'm going to have to restring it. I gotta hurry up here. My CA glue is cured on me. I have to put another little sample on, I guess. Whoops. Maybe with the weight of the airplane it might straighten everything out and I can touch it up with some dark gray. At least the clevis on the bottom, you can't see it, but it's straight. It's perfectly straight. But at the top there, that just does not look right. Now I should explain why it is that I didn't want to restring this, and that is because this whole assembly here, made up of 3 pieces, well actually 4, because this photo etch piece that the wheel is made out of is made of 2. But anyway, this is all glued together now, and maybe I could break it apart and maybe I couldn't, but that's why I didn't want to have to restring it. But that restringing it would actually be the smart thing to have done. I realize that. Let's find a little bit of dark gray and see if we can get rid of that powdered white stuff that we got on there. Okay, this is the XF53 neutral gray, and it's thinned for the airbrush. I'm just hoping it's going to get rid of that powdery stuff. And we'll try and straighten the easy line later. Maybe I should have used a darker gray. We'll see how that looks after it dries. I'll bet you know what this is coming down the road. Yep, it's the courier with our little package from Amazon with the AC adapter for our LED light. and we haven't opened it yet. It did come a little bit too late to get into yesterday's episode, but we're going to get it into today's. We'll have a package opening and we'll try it out. I honestly, at this moment, do not know if it's what it's supposed to be. And just in case you thought I was standing at the door all yesterday afternoon waiting for him to come, nope, I was sitting at the model table and I saw him coming again. Yeah, I enjoy sitting at the model table, even if I'm not doing anything important, but I'm usually doing something important. At least it's important to me. Now, I am not happy with the way this has come out here. I don't know. I'm going to see if maybe I can't bend that easy line so that it's going to be straight. It's not even in the groove of the pulley, if you know what I mean. Now, mind you, even when I'm looking with these, I could not see it as clear as I could with the macro lens. And when I'm looking at it like this, it looks fine. Well, I might have to put my glasses on, and I could see it clear. But a distance like this, well, you can sort of see that the line is kind of not going straight down from the pulley, but you can't see that the repair job is terrible. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about right now. A minute ago I was thinking about, I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again anyway. A minute ago I was thinking about a fellow that I worked with at the bus depot here years ago. And as far back as maybe 45 years ago, when he was younger, he was always talking about his model trains. He was big into HO scale trains. I never saw his diorama in his basement, but it was supposed to have been, I was told, very impressive. And he was huge into it. And as the years went by, he talked about it, and this is what he liked to talk about. And then I noticed, all of a sudden, that I hadn't heard him talking about it lately. And then he never talked about it anymore. And I always wondered, had his interests changed? He used to talk a lot about, I'm gonna take retirement and I'm gonna just be down in the basement, and he used to jokingly say, I'm gonna play with my trains, because it's sort of a kid thing, right? Play with your trains, and he was just joking around. But it wasn't a kid thing. It was apparently a real big hobby with him. Sort of like some people might think doing this is a kid thing. Well, it kind of is. Kids like to do this too. I mean, I started making models, I guess, when I was 10 or thereabouts. And what I'm trying to get at is that your interests will change. For instance, I haven't been downstairs in my workshop to make anything out of wood since we made that clock for the free draw way back around episode, was it 100 or something? We took a break. And for the last year, I haven't really done anything in my workshop. And the funny thing is, I don't care. I have no desire to go down there. And I guess where I'm going with this is that I recognize the fact that yes, we're making plans to make a case. Yes, we're making plans to build the hood, to go in the case. And the case is going to be large enough that it will accommodate 3 ships to the 200 scale. And I was thinking also, in fact, just a little while ago, I was on the computer, and I was figuring out how large would the Yamato be if Trumpeter was to decide to make the Yamato in 200 scale. Well, surprisingly, the Yamato wasn't a whole lot longer than the hood in real life. It was just a whole lot wider and heavier. But so where am I going with this? Be prepared that it could well be we don't finish the hood. It could well be that something could happen, and we don't even do the case. We don't know. At the end of my videos, I'll say, "We'll see you all being well." Well, that's sort of the way it is. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how our interests are going to change, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe I've got a little bit of my dad in me, possibly, and he couldn't stick at any one thing very long either. In fact, I think I mentioned this in another series that we didn't realize until after Dad had died. He had ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder, and he couldn't stick at any one thing very long. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Yeah. So even though we are working on this, I'd like you to be prepared that all of a sudden it just could all change, or it could all stop. I might get tired of uploading every day to YouTube, although it's sort of a signal to my kids I'm still alive. Now, I'm not going to tell you why it is I all of a sudden started thinking along these lines, but I don't think I'm all of a sudden going to croak today or something like that. We don't know the future. Now, my thinking had originally been that if I could just sort of bend this over and push it down into the crack here, sort of coming maybe from behind your view, I'm just going to readjust a little bit here with my lighting and everything, and I can see now though that's not going to work. I think the thing to do is just break it off. It's almost broken off here anyway. I'm just going to readjust a little bit here and get the lighting better. Okay, we're still centered in the microscope. And for the camera, just check the monitor here. It's pretty well centered. It's not focused. Okay, it should be focused on the top of the pulley there right now. Don't worry, we will improve on this. Right now, for you camera buffs, right now that lens is wide open at f4.8. Oh, I bumped this. It's okay. Okay, now you can see that the macro lens is obviously way overexposed. What I'm going to do now is stop it right down as far as it'll go. We are now stopped right down to f57. You will notice that everything is sharper. At least the depth of field is better. Yeah, that looks okay. Now, maybe I'll use my little hobby knife here. Monitor still okay, yeah. Now, careful, Ron, don't bump anything. There, we got it off. Now, the trick will be to try and clean this out if I can. Just a little bit here. But maybe if I go like this, it'll sort of... I had been hoping I could pick that paint out of there, but I don't think I can. I think I'm just going to have to leave it there and then see if I can get the easy line to just go right along in this groove. You can't see it too well because it's filled with paint here on this side, but you can see where on this side, if I could lay the easy line just in there and then get a little bit of C8, I don't know, thin maybe? No, I think I'll use medium. We'll work on it. You can see up here, right, let me clean off the edge of the end of this knife here. Okay, you can see right here where the easy line, is that where it broke off of, or is that where the other line coming up from the other side stopped? I can't remember. I don't think I can really improve on this. But one thing is for sure, I couldn't have left it the way it was. Even though nobody probably would have noticed it, it just looked terrible. Okay, let's take a break from this for a minute and take a look at our package. All right, 12 volts, 6 amps. Are we going to have to cut this one and put this one on, you know, make the switch, or is this going to fit? I'm hoping I don't have to. Aha! All right. Well, it looks like it's got the same input, so I may as well just use the same cord here. I'll save this one for something else. Just take a minute here. Gotta go drag it over. It looks like I gotta take this over to the cord. Well, I think we're in business. You know what? I'm going to continue on with this afternoon. I'll be doing it probably off camera because I want to be able to get everything just right, and if I can concentrate on this little area, I can probably do a much better job than if I try to do it on camera. But we will look at it in tomorrow's video and see what I came up with. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get my light mounted overhead and be a little brighter. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you in tomorrow's video, and we'll see what I ended up doing here.